they stop completely the hopper at the end of production. They stop the heaters,
without cooling.
but they stop, yeah, also the blowers without cooling. So the material was hot, 180,
Overheat.
and they stop everything. So there is something called thermal inertia. So it means that the temperature here continues for some minutes to go up, 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 up.
Because the hopper is sealed also.
Yes. So the PET here
Burn.
was too hot. It reached like 190, 95 degrees, and it wasn't molten.
And no air motion also.
Sorry?
No air motion,
No motion for the air, yes. So at the end, so after that, the material in the hopper was a block because it became sticky and then slowly it cools down, but when it was cool, it was a block of PET.
Similar to the hopper design.
Exactly, all the granules were together, sticky. Guys, like 2 weeks of work because manually they opened here and broken all this material and threw it away, garbage. So that's something that you shouldn't do, of course, for many reasons. I'm sure Mr. Youssef won't be happy if it happens. Okay.
But sometimes the electricity
Yes,
cut it off.
you are right. If the electricity, yeah.
شايفك مش سعيد بقى.
نعم.
Yes.
Many times do with us, happen with us. But we didn't see this. We found this is a stick on the feeding source.
Yeah.
And we found this. But in hopper, we didn't show it before.
That's also because you don't go too high with the temperature. You go to 170, 75 in the hopper, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
يا حيان.
هات لازق، لا الازرق مش
ازرق.
ايه اللي بالغضب ده يا شباب؟
عايز ايه؟ عايز قلم؟
احنا جبنا انا عشان
Yeah, but you can erase it.
yeah.
Try to erase it.
صح كده. Permanent or erasable?
هو
Erasable.
Perfect.
Board.
Very well.
صح خلاص كلام ماشي.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. The blue one.
Yes.
نجيب شوية أسيتون وننضفها كلها. حد يجيب لنا شوية أسيتون.
So now we can talk about the humidifier.
يجيبوا في بخاخة كده.
We need to dehumidify the air inside the mold enclosure because the mold is cold. What is the temperature of the mold?
8, 10, what?
You know that?
Temperature of water or more?
The temperature of the mold surfaces, the molding surfaces.
From the outside?
The mold, the cavity, for example, inside the cavity, the steel in the cavity, which temperature does it have?
10.
Around 10 degrees, because it is cooled with chilled water. And the chilled water is between 8 and 11 degrees. Yeah? Good. Okay. So, we need to cool down the molding surfaces, to cool down very fast the preforms as soon as they are injected into the cavity. Okay? Good. So, if these surfaces are very cold, we need to be sure that the dew point in the air around the mold has a dew point lower than the temperature of the mold. If the temperature of the mold is 10 degrees, we need to be sure that the dew point in this mold enclosure should be 5 degrees lower than the temperature of the mold. 5 degrees are enough. 5 degrees less. So, if the temperature of the mold is 11 degrees, the dew point should be 6. yeah, -5. Yeah? So we need to be sure that the dew point is lower, around 5 degrees less than the temperature of the mold. If you have in the mold 8 degrees, the dew point in the mold enclosure should be 3. Okay? Is it clear for you?
Yeah.
Very often, Mohammed, very often customers go too low with the dew point. As you say, -10. Yeah? Of course, that's even better. But it is not required and it costs a lot of energy, more energy. And you don't need that low dew point. 5 degrees is enough. Okay? Good. So again, we will avoid this condensation. How? Decreasing the dew point in the mold enclosure. Good. So there are different ways to cool down. Yeah. So this is here is showing that there is
Tube, cooling the tube.
in the cool peak is cooling from inside the preform, and there are two ways. In the older machines, we have two different auxiliaries. We have the cool peak blower and we have the dehumidifier. So it was one machine that was very simply cooling down the air to be injected inside the preforms, and it was another machine just decreasing the dew point in the mold enclosure. That was years ago. Husky decided to do just one machine to do the two works. Like this is better because you have only one machine consuming less energy, and also you have less space required. It saves space. So some years ago, like 3-4 years ago, Husky decided to generate the DH. So the DH was a machine taking the air from the mold enclosure, drying this air and blowing this air through the cool peak. So we have two things in the same machine: cooling down the preforms and also decreasing the dew point in the mold enclosure. This DH worked, as we mentioned yesterday, with a wheel made with a desiccant material. So the air was passing through this wheel, the wheel was rotating very slowly, and the humidity in the air stayed in the wheel. The thing is that this wheel is just one wheel, so it needed to be regenerated
One quart
all the time.
and the remaining for
Yes, yes. But so with the experience, with the time, we decided that it was another way to do that, to cool down the air and to dry the air. So that's why we have now the DH2, which is the last generation of the DH. What is the DH2? The DH2 basically is a fridge. It's like the fridge you have at home that cools down a lot the air, and then by condensation we take out the humidity in the air. That's it. So it works like a
DH2 have a compressor
yes.
and the second wheel, or compressor only?
It doesn't have any wheel.
ده في اليونان
زي ما قلنا امبارح، انا متاكد ان انا ابتدى
محسن كتير.
So
كنا بنأكد.
this is the DH2. We have the air from the mold enclosure. There is a blower And we push this air through a heat exchanger that is called the evaporator. And then after that, this air out is cold and dried. But the most important thing here, it is very, very simple. You pass the air through something very cold, the air cools down that much that the content of water in the air condensates. So here you have condensation, and then at the end you have cold air and dry air, because it loses the humidity by condensation. Okay? So for us the important thing is the rest, is this, what happened there. And this is exactly like any fridge, like any air conditioning in the car. So it has four main elements. In this fridge we have four main elements. We have a compressor. What does the compressor? Who knows how the compressor works? What is a compressor?
Pressure.
It compresses the freon.
It compresses.
Gas.
Yeah, it compresses a gas.
Bristol compressor.
Sorry?
Bristol compressor.
It could be, there are many types of compressors. So you have the piston compressors, or you have the screw compressors. This is a screw compressor. Yeah. So basically the function of the compressor is to take a gas, and this is a very important detail,
Yes, from
because
the evaporator to compress it through the condenser.
yeah. So only the gases are comprimable. The liquids are considered as not comprimable. You cannot comprime 1 liter of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can comprime the gas, but you cannot compress the water.
The gas converted to liquid in condenser.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
خليه يكمل.
Just stay here. Let's stay here. We have the compressor. We have this special gas with this, which is a special gas done to make these different changes. So this is a special gas that will be compressed here. So here we have this gas compressed, but still gas.
Yeah.
While compressing, this gas warms up a little bit, because the process of condensation warms up.
Because the compression and the friction in the compressor.
Yeah, that's it. So then we pass this gas through the condenser. And the condenser, the name is clear. The condenser condensates this gas into liquid. So the gas becomes liquid. It changes its status from gas to liquid. It becomes 100% liquid.
Yes.
Okay? So this liquid, this process, when the gas becomes liquid, generates heat. Always. It heats up. So we need to take out this heat. You need someone?
Do you want tea, coffee or something?
I'm okay. Just with the water is okay. Thank you.
هات الفنجان ده.
شكرا.
عايزين نركب الدوزر ده الكبير ده بتاع 6 عشان نعمل ال 26
سن سجل عادي. بس يبقى لنا ايقظ في الميزانيه.
ممكن نشيل الشفاطات نفسه ما يركبش. بتشيل الشفاطه وتحط
شوف اتصرفوا كده يعني في القطعه
عشان نعمل 50,000 دولار ننزل بس.
لو الشفاط ما بيمشي مثلا الجهاز كله دلوقتي
بس
هيبقى حمله واحده تعتبر يعني حملتين ثلاثه اربعه هيفضل عامل واقف يحط فيه الشفاط مهم لان الجهاز ما بيمشي.
Okay, guys. So any gas becoming liquid will liberate heat. This is important to remember because the reverse process is exactly the contrary. You will see. So the condensator changes this gas into liquid. And then in this process there is heat. And we need to remove this heat. How do we remove the heat? With water.
By water.
We
Cold water.
enter with water, and the water, this fresh water, and it goes out warm. Because
chilled water. Chiller water.
Chilled water. What is the degree of the
Cold
water?
water or
Temperature
warm
degree.
water.
here you have chill water. Yeah, that's what you have chill water. So we use water to cool down this fluid, becoming liquid. So here this fluid is 100% liquid. Then there are some devices here. This is a dryer. It will take out eventually the humidity because it's not water. It's a liquid, but it's not water. And then here there is also a side glass.
What do you mean by liquid but not water?
It's liquid. It's
سائل
like
مش ميه مش ميه.
Furion liquid, yeah.
is this special fluid that is not water.
Okay, yeah, no water.
Not water, it's another liquid. Which liquid? This agent, this cooling agent. Okay, then here we have this liquid, and here we have the expansion valve.
Like
The expansion valve, here, the expansion valve, sorry. This expansion valve is,
Like orifice.
huh?
Like orifice.
Yes, this expansion valve is an element that is exactly the contrary of the compressor. So it will expand the volume of this liquid. So this liquid becomes like thousands of small drops.
Razaz. Razaz.
Do you remember, guys?
Razaz. In Arabic, razaz.
Rasals, drops.
Yeah.
drops, yeah, small drops.
Okay, very, very, very small drops.
Yes.
Good.
So these very small drops are that small. So it is like if you can see it, it was like you know when you have exactly
مخافة
yeah
Yes.
very small drops that will pass through the evaporator. They are that small that in the evaporator immediately it becomes again
Cool.
Liquid.
gas.
Yes. Sorry.
So the evaporator is exactly the contrary of the condensator. Here from gas it becomes liquid. Here from liquid it becomes gas. And it is exactly the contrary because this process generates heat and this process generates cold. And that's what we want.
Cold because the pressure is dropped.
No,
Or
because the physical process of changing from liquid to gas cools down. This is an endogen process. This is the scientific name. This is an exogen process and this is an endogen process.
بتشيل برودة عشان يبقى غاز، وهنا بتحط حرارة، بتشيل حرارة عشان يبقى سيليكون.
Is it cold and is this hot?
Yeah, this process generates heat, and this process generates
Cold.
low temperature, cold. Guys, so condensation process is an exogen process. Exo comes from Greek, means liberates energy in form of heat. And this is the contrary. Endogen
Absorb.
means it absorbs energy in form of heat, so it cools down. This process, the evaporation, cools down.
I know that. I ask about how it convert from rozas or liquid to gas.
It is that small that the temperature makes this. It's exactly like this. Wait a minute. When it is hot outside, in summer here, you transpirate. Yeah. You sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a normal process in our body to cool down the skin.
Yeah.
To protect your body, you need to cool down the skin. How?
From
With
liquid
this.
to gas. Yeah.
You liberate a liquid, the sweat, and the sweat evaporates. Evaporating
Is the cooling.
cools down the skin.
surface. Yeah. Skin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it.
I
So,
know that.
so that's how here in this evaporator, these little drops will evaporate and it will cool down a lot. And then it continues, it moves, and here it becomes gas, 100% gas, and it continues going gas, compressed gas, liquid,